Bye bye.
Yes.
Bye bye. waterfall today.
What is this? I asked for sunny side and runny, and then it became this.
Good morning. Now is 2:15 a.m. We are having our breakfast. This is a
Jamu.
drink introduced by one of the guys in the shop. It's called jamu. Other than drink, we are having Oreo as breakfast.
Let's go.
very lucky.
Pindah. Gimana pindah?
Mau diambil, dicicil. Biasa. Jatuh sana.
Releasing the baby turtles today. They're only 1 year old.
1 day old.
Sorry.
They are only 1 day old. In the midnight, the water come for slash the skin because after sun is coming, city. Yeah, every night. In the midnight, and he pay so much. He get the latte. In the midnight come, slash all this.
How old are you? How
Umur bulan Pak? Bulan ini. Bulan Pak. Ya. Mulai bulan kayak mau badan sakit boleh gitu.
and we are going to hike Mount Ijen later. This is our simplified breakfast. So we have Milo and a kaya butter Ritz that we bought from Indonesia. I prefer the original one.
Jumlah yang bagus taksi Lamborghini Ferrari. This way.
Welcome to my new house.
So happy we found this again in Surabaya.